this is not a slagging match. This is not trying to take short people down. They can do that very well by themselves. But look, if you are short, stand up and shout it out from the highest. Well, stand up and shout it out. The idea that Napoleon was very short is largely a myth, stemming from British propaganda. My God, British propaganda? Is that a thing? Oh dear, I never would have thought. I'm in Suckerville. What will I do now? I don't want to go home. I don't have to go home. It's too early to drink. And I'm not hungry. So what do you do in Suckerville if it's too early to drink and you're not hungry? No, I'm not going to do that. No way, Jose. Hi guys, welcome back. You know, I'm going somewhere I don't want to go. And I do this for you. Indeed I do. This video is all about short people. I was listening to Randy Newman in the car this morning. It just came on. And I remember that song and I love it so much. And I don't get offended at all. So if you're short, don't get offended by the content of this video. We're heading into Suckerville because it's in Suckerville where I can demonstrate what I'm talking about. And Thai people are short. And if you're short, you'll feel right at home here. So join me into another wonderful journey on a controversial topic. No offense intended. So by the wonders of modern technology, I'm here in Suckerville. And a big shout out to Red from Tassie. Just met him there in the MRT coming in. There's a reason I came here. Because I can actually demonstrate. Well, I won't actually go into the BTS because you can't film on the BTS, but there it is there. I can demonstrate what I'm talking about. I have a friend who I met during the course of my online activities about 7 or 8 years ago. And he works for a Turkish company. And you were saying to me, what the hell has a Turkish company got to do with short people in Thailand and the BTS? Well, I'll tell you. His company is called, there it is on screen there, B-O-Z, Bosnan Kaya, B-O-Z-A-N-K-A-Y-A. Now, and they did it in conjunction with Siemens. They designed it, the BTS. You don't think the Thais did it? Anyway, one of the conditions of winning the contract for the interior, Siemens did the rest of it, the Turkish company did the inside of it. They did the furniture, let's say. One of the conditions was that they had to have the hand straps at the average height of a Thai male. And if you want to know what that is, I consulted my notes here. The average height of a Thai man is estimated to be around 169 to 171 centimeters. Sorry lads, I don't speak imperial. We're talking metric here. And the average height for a Thai woman is 157 to 158 centimeters. So that's what I say. When I get on the MRT, which I was just on now, and I was saying it to Red as well, and he agrees with me, he's about the same height as me. I'm 183 centimeters. If you want to know what that is, it's around 6 foot something-ish. But when I was coming in on the MRT, the hand straps are flapping in my face, just as they do on the bloody BTS, because it's designed for short people. And that's what I say. If you're short, you'll be right at home here. And if you're wondering where I got the inspiration to do this video, I was driving Harry to school this morning, and what came on the radio? Only Randy Newman. Yeah, Randy, what a great song. What an absolutely great song. I'm lucky that all through my life, I've never had to worry about that. Not for an instant. And this is not a slagging match. This is not trying to take short people down. They can do that very well by themselves. No, listen, it's a joke. It's a joke. This is not a derogatory video about short people. Absolutely not. I mean, they can't help it. That's the way it is. I wouldn't say every short person I've ever known. I would say a lot of short people I have known, and I know quite a lot of short people because I live in Thailand, but they don't consider themselves short because because they're Thai. They're average here. But when I'm talking about short people from back home in Europe kind of thing. A lot of the ones that I have known have had a complex or have a complex. You know what I mean? SMS, short man syndrome, you know what I mean? You know, terrier dogs are very terrier doggish. You see, they've something to prove. That's what it is. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's not wrong. If you're anyway, let's say, not as average as other people, you'll compensate somehow. I'm like that. I was never very broad. I'm still not broad. I used to compensate by wearing, well, I can't do it here because you don't wear jackets, by wearing sports jackets with a leather jacket over it, and I felt normal, you see. So I'd be the first one to criticise myself. This is not a critique on short people. This is talking about my frustration in living in Thailand, where everyone seems to be short, and things that I encounter on a daily basis, I have to compensate for. Like the flapping hand straps on the MRT or the BTS designed by that Turkish company, and or seating. You see, they've something to prove. That's what it is. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's not wrong. If you're anyway, let's say, not as average as other people, you'll compensate somehow. I'm like that. I was never very broad. I'm still not broad. I used to compensate by wearing, well, I can't do it here because you don't wear jackets, by wearing sports jackets with a leather jacket over it, and I felt normal, you see. So I'd be the first one to criticise myself. This is not a critique on short people. This is talking about my frustration in living in Thailand, where everyone seems to be short, and things that I encounter on a daily basis, I have to compensate for. Like the flapping hand straps on the MRT or the BTS designed by that Turkish company, and or seating. When I go into a restaurant with my wife, because we go to Thai restaurants because she's Thai, they have these plastic chairs or sometimes these plastic stools. I have to put one on top of the other because I'm not 4'2". And if I find myself having to get a bloody tuk-tuk, I can't get into the bloody thing because it's designed for people who are under 4 foot. That's a fact. There's no leg room. Ever been affected by issues in Bangkok relating to your height? I most certainly have, and you might think Napoleon had, but it's an absolute myth. Napoleon wasn't that short. It's a myth. Here's what it is. The idea that Napoleon was very short is largely a myth, stemming from British propaganda. My God, British propaganda? Is that a thing? Oh dear, I never would have thought. Anyway, and the confusion over different measurement systems, as his recorded height of 5'2" was in French units, which were larger, translating to 5'6" or 169 centimeters in British modern measurements, making him average for his time. The French inch was longer, 2.7 centimeters, than the British inch of 2.5 centimeters. So there you go. And you might say 169 centimeters isn't that tall, but for the time he was living, it was. And you're wondering why Thai people are so short. Well, I've got the answer for that as well. There is a reason for it, a very simple reason for it, why Thai people are so goddamn short. It's diet. It's lack of dairy, calcium, and other bits and pieces that you get from dairy. Dairy doesn't exist in the Thai diet. I drink and have drank 2 litres of milk at least every day for as long as I can remember, and I still do. I'm not saying that my 183 centimeters is because of that. There's a bit of genetics in it as well, but you'd be surprised how little genetics has to do with it. Diet is the main thing. It's economics as well, and climate. Europeans come from a more let's say historically have come from more developed economies, let's say economic regions, and we have higher lifestyles or you know what I mean, more healthy lifestyles and this, that and the other. I'm not saying that Thailand hasn't, but historically that's the reason they're so short. It's because of diet. How about that? I am so glad I'm not short. I am. If there's anything I thank my lucky stars for, is the fact that I'm not vertically challenged. My heart goes out to anybody who is. It's not your fault. And again, this is not a derogatory video. I'm not making fun of short people. So remember, the next time you hit your face off a hand strap on the BTS, it's the Turks you gotta thank for it. This isn't a short Coke, this is a long Coke. Because in Ireland, I used to be called the long fella. So we get the derogatory comments just as much as the short fellas do. Jesus. That was badly needed, I swear to God. Holy shit. What's your experience been in Thailand when it comes to doorways, public seating, public transport? What's your experience been? Have you experienced what I've experienced? Or are you short? But look, if you are short, stand up and shout it out from the highest. Well, stand up and shout it out. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Some people would say I've quite a lot to be ashamed of, and indeed I have, but I'll stand up and shout it out. I'm bald. I was bald before I was bald. I was going bald before I was bald, so I decided to take it all off rather than battle it. So I embraced it. So if you're short, embrace it. Come to Thailand, you'll feel very, very much at home. Do you know something? Living in Thailand amongst all the short people, I tend not to notice it anymore until I see someone from Holland, you know what I mean, or a tall person, a tall Farang. And you know what? I feel intimidated. I'd hate to feel like that all the time. I just wonder if short people spend their lives feeling intimidated. It's what, you know, it's something to think about. You shouldn't take offense to this video. This video is about shortness in Thailand, but it's also, you know, it includes short people in general. And if short people take offense to what I'm saying, it only proves my point. It's short man syndrome. Don't worry about it. There's nothing to worry about. I don't worry about my height. Why should you worry about yours? There's nothing wrong with it. You can't help it. I can't help my eyesight. I'm long-sighted. And I get a lot of slagging because of the type of glasses I wear. I do. But you see, I have to wear glasses, and they are thick bottle lens because I am long-sighted. There's nothing I can do about it. But I don't have bad eyesight man syndrome. I wear glasses to compensate. You can wear heels. So again, I'll just reiterate this. Just take this video as being entertainment. That's what it is, lads. That's what it is. But the point of this video is to highlight why are Thai people so short. And it is down to diet to a huge extent and economics. And you see, I would say, and I've said before, that which society is more advanced. And if you read up on it, the reasons the Thais are short is because they're not as economically advanced. That's one of the reasons. But I would say the opposite. I would say that Thailand is light years ahead of our cultures because, it's, as you know, it's such a wonderful place to live. I don't deserve any accolade because I'm not short. By the way, it's all relative. I've been to Amsterdam more times than I care to remember. Wonderful, wonderful spot. Rotterdam and the other one, Den Haag. And I was relatively short when I was there. So I'm relatively, and that's the thing, relatively tall being here. So if you're short and you want to feel relatively tall, come to Thailand. Simple as that. As I keep saying in this video, you'll feel very at home here. I don't know what I want to do now. I've just had one of the most delicious Cokes. I'm going to show you. You know when you go to a fast food place and they fill the cup full of ice? Well, not there. That's McDonald's in, where is it? Sukhumvit, what the hell? Sukhumvit 11-ish, whatever. But anyway, you know, I can't see the number of the streets. But anyway, it's the Robinson's place, McDonald's there on Sukhumvit. And I asked for a Coke Zero 32 ounce. There it is there. That much ice, it was full of cola. It was the nicest. You know when you just get something that hits the spot? Well, that was and is the nicest cola I've ever had in my life. I swear to God. I have met, by the way, by being here today, I have met 2 followers of the channel. And it's wonderful to get recognition, and it's wonderful to be part, for you guys to be part of what we do here. What we do here is sometimes controversial. What we do here is always meant to be entertaining. So don't get a bee in your bonnet if if you find yourself getting offended by what you've seen in this video, what you've heard. It's absolutely got nothing to do with offense. It's got everything to do with entertainment. I'm in Sukhumvit. What will I do now? I don't want to go home. I don't have to go home. It's too early to drink. And I'm not hungry. So what do you do in Sukhumvit if it's too early to drink and you're not hungry? No, I'm not going to do that. No way, Jose. I'll do that. I would do that. I might do that if I have a face full of gin. And here's another one. Here's a theory. Now this is just a theory. I have no way of qualifying what I'm saying. Did you ever notice how ladyboys seem to be much taller than the average, even male in Thailand? Well, apparently, now I didn't even Google this. I heard from someone who heard from someone who heard from someone. Apparently, if they take hormones, it stretches their vertebrae. Now, I didn't check that. I'm deliberately being controversial. I don't know, but that's what I heard. It stretches their vertebrae in their back and they become taller. That's what I heard. I don't know. So if a Thai man wants to become taller, he takes female hormones and it stretches his vertebrae. I don't know if that's a fact, but it's a good story. So lads, I just want to thank again all of you who have donated to this channel through Buy Me a Coffee. There's a list of names there. Thank you very much indeed. And you can scan the QR or you can click the link in the description. And if you haven't done that, well, if you want to do it, you can do it. If you don't want to do it, whatever you want yourself. But thanks very much for your support, lads. Listen, if you haven't clicked the like button, the share button, subscribe button, now is a good time to do so. Whatever happens, I'm going to bring you back another wonderful video very soon. Thanks for joining me. I'm a bit short on time. I better head.